Hey there. If you're watching this video right now, it means that you are part of the Grace Hopper 2021 celebration and you're curious about how you might become a part of technical innovation at Sonatype. My name is Sal, and I'm going to explain to you why working at Sonatype is a different type of company from some of the others that you might be looking at. And that's really because of the solution space that we focus on. We understand that the global community of developers is increasingly relying on open source supply chain solutions. And this is because whether you are a hobbyist developer or are delivering enterprise architecture, over 90% of the modern application components in it are pulled directly from open source. We're uniquely positioned to understand that because over a decade ago, Sonatype began hosting the original Maven repository, now more commonly known as the Maven Apache Central Repository. And through this, we've been able to analyze over 100 million projects, understanding what it looks like when an open source project is originally contributed to a repository, and what it looks like for that to be pulled into the modern developer ecosystems as they use them in their software. We deliver integrations for every developer community on Earth. We are doing our best to make these integrations useful to every developer, not just those that use our paid products, but we really deliver open source integrations that anyone can use to make their lives easier. So if you use one or most likely several of these developer ecosystems, then we have something to offer you, and you might have something great to contribute as well. Let's talk a little bit about the roles that we have to offer and where you might fit in. The product developer area is a pretty traditional space, and as we move more to the right of this screen, we're going to have some more unique opportunities that might interest you. But if you are looking for a front-end, back-end, or UX UI position, look at our product developer positions and see some of the roles that you might take on. Our products are really focused around delivering the modern developer control plane, so you'll be providing solutions that give developers that real-time information to make the right decisions as they develop. If you're curious about what it looks like to be on the very cutting edge of engineering, I might consider you to look at our sales engineering positions. These are opportunities to work with specific customers who have cutting edge architectures and who are looking to design original solutions, bespoke solutions in those spaces. So it's an incredibly unique and engaging experience to be able to create a new product, a new extension, a new integration that's never been seen before. If you are more on the human side of things, consider looking at our customer success roles. At Sonatype, we're not just focused on delivering good products, we are entirely focused on delivering a good experience overall. We want to make sure that anyone who's working with us has a smile on their face from day one to the point of product delivery, and that means that we have customer success engineers that ensure every stage is done with not only care and understanding, but ensures that there's a smile on your face at each step of the way. If that sounds like a good role for you, then I'd really encourage you to look at some of our roles there. If you are more on the analytics side of things, take a look at some of our roles in data research. This is an incredible, exciting place to be because of the back-end data sets that we have to offer. We have been looking at these global ecosystems in open source for over a decade, and we have really unique findings from that resource. Some of the work that we're doing in that space is not just understanding what packages are good, what projects are strong. It's really about understanding the behavior of the people who are interacting with this new way of developing, and to see what the difference is between those that work well in open source and those that are really accelerating because of it. So if having that ability to have that sort of broader vision of what open source looks like and really where it's going is exciting to you, as it definitely is to me, then I encourage you to look at some of those positions. And absolutely look into our latest 2021 State of the Supply Chain report that just came out this month. It's available at the link at the bottom of this screen. Now, for the last two opportunities we're going to discuss, I think these really uniquely position Sonatype. We offer the group called Developer Experience. These are engineers who are focused entirely on our open source solutions and integrations, really viewing their end users as any open source developer in the world. So they are dedicated to making sure that we reach the most amount of developers that we possibly can through our integrations, and make sure that even when it's a free and open source solution, you are getting the state of the art that we have to deliver. We genuinely are focused on making sure that the global developer community has the solutions that they need to do their work well, no matter who they are, where they are, or when they want to use our products. Lastly, if you are perhaps at an earlier stage of your career or looking to make a transition currently in your career, I would really encourage you to look into our open source mentorship program. This is an opportunity not only to have a better understanding of open source, but to understand how you can make your first contributions to it while centering yourself in something that you genuinely love. So this is a 3-month program where we train individuals on what it means to do open source well, and then you choose a project that really inspires you, whether it's machine learning or generative AI or cybersecurity, anything that really makes you passionate. This is an opportunity to get training around that and become a real contributor in open source. So if any of this was interesting to you, I would encourage you to find a role that you could be passionate about at Sonatype/company/careers. If you're not necessarily looking for a role right now, we are rapidly expanding over the course of this year, so just check in a few months. We probably will have an opportunity that suits you. Now, if you're also curious about applying to become part of the open source mentorship program, again, this is an excellent opportunity no matter where you are in your career to learn more and become more engaged as an open source developer. Then you should join us and apply from tinyurl/open source is awesome. If you do join through that link, you will join a cohort of developers specifically out of the Grace Hopper celebration. So you'll be sure to be learning and be engaged in a community of like-minded engineers. I hope that this was interesting to you and you got a little bit of insight into how Sonatype is different and why it might be a really good place for you to find those things that you're passionate about and to thrive at a company where we are genuinely focused on building a better digital future for all of us. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Grace Hopper celebration.